Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my curriculum picks for my third grader for this upcoming school year. He is 8 and this is for the 2023-2024 school year. The meat of our year will be group family subjects, and I've already made a video on that has our math, our science, our history, a whole bunch of other stuff, so I'll link that down below. The rest of what I have for him is mostly just kind of workbook or independent kinds of things. So let's get started. The first thing I have for him is handwriting. Now, I purchased both of these last year for second grade, and we just didn't get to them. I set them aside. So we will be doing them this year. He will be learning cursive, and I used cursive logic with my daughter. I loved it. We'll use it with him as well. It's a bit pricey, but I really like it. I have a whole other video on this, and I will link it down below, but essentially it breaks down how you're learning the letter by how it starts, whether it's an oval, a loop, a swing, or a mound. And I enjoy that approach. A lot of things I've tried in the past or seen in the past have just been alphabetical. So I like this. You start by finger tracing, then you move into writing. So he will be doing that. And then if he finishes that, this is another one my daughter used and we really enjoyed. Cursive handwriting workbook for kids, jokes and riddles. What I like about this is a lot of the cursive handwriting practice books are just copywork, and I'm not against copywork, but we have other places in our curriculum where we can do copywork if needed. I feel like at this stage, he'll still need to trace it, and that's why I like this, because they trace it first and then they write it. So he has that as well. Unpopular opinion or choice, I decided not to do spelling with him this year in third grade. I just decided I don't think it's necessary if we're still doing some phonics. I had tried spelling with him last year. In fact, I debated over like 3 different programs, and essentially we just put it aside because I didn't think it was necessary. He will be doing Explode the Code. I have 6, 7, and 8. Those are the last 3. So he will be working through these this year. If he finishes these, I still don't think I'd add spelling this year. Maybe Nessie, which we trialed on the computer last year. It's like spelling and phonics, maybe something like that. But I don't think I'm going to introduce spelling until next year. And likely then it will either be all about spelling, or if he could test right into Phonetic Zoo, I would probably do that. But I'm not sure, we'll see. But this year we are not doing spelling, but we are doing Explode the Code. Typically he does this independently. I will sometimes just go over this part with him. And then typically he does 1 page front and back. Although he typically forgets to turn the page and do the back. But at any rate, we have those. All right, for grammar, he did Lightning Literature grade 3 last year, so his grammar is pretty decent. He will start Fix-It grammar next year in 4th grade. I don't want him to forget all the stuff that he's learned, so I just got this Language Fundamentals for grade 3, and this is something he will do somewhat independently. I don't think there's much new in here, but I think it's good practice for him. And there may be some new things, but anyway, again, this is likely something he'll just do 1 page a day. For vocabulary, I have Sadly Your Vocabulary Workshop. This is the 4th grade level, I believe. He did the 3rd grade level last year. So even though he's 3rd grade this year, he's going to do the 4th grade level. Last year, I trialed with both my kids, both the Zahner Bloser Word Wisdom and the Sadler Vocabulary Workshop, and they both ended up preferring this, so that's what we're going with this year. We've also done Wordly Wise in the past, and I hated it, and my daughter hated it, so this seems to go well, and my son especially really retains what he reads in here. So there is, you know what, I think I have a video on Word Wisdom and Vocabulary Workshop. I will link it down below if I do, but essentially there's a reading selection, then there's working with the definitions, match the meaning, synonyms and antonyms, completing the sentence, word association, and then there's like some word study. Here's context clues, shades of meaning, and then it goes into the next unit. And then after every few units, there is like a review a review section. I don't know when I'm going to get to one of those. Let's see. Or at least there was last year. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So this reviews unit 7 through 12. And then it goes into the next unit. So that's what he'll be doing for vocabulary. Now, let me set those for a second. Okay. I also got him this for kind of social emotional. This Heart and Mind, Evan Moore. This is for ages 8 to 9. And it's got lots of just little cut and paste activities. Likely I'll do this with him during our one-on-one time. We divide our homeschool day into 3 separate parts. We have group family subjects where we're all working together. My kids have independent workbook work like this that they do on their own before we even really start our day. And then they have one-on-one time. They each have one-on-one time with me. So this is likely something we would do there so that I can connect with him a little bit on that. All right, lastly, we are doing science and history in our group subjects, but my kids do standardized testing every year. That's my choice to have them do that. And there is science and social studies on there, so I want to make sure they're at least exposed to those standards. So to do that, I got him the skill sharpeners for grade 3. He enjoys doing these. They're fun little activities, and it covers a lot of the standards. So he has that. That's something he'll do independently. And then I also, this is new for us this year, I have a video on this. I'll link it down below. This is the Carol Marsh. I think it's by Gallopade. Yes, Gallopade. This is 3rd grade social studies. I did not get the teacher manual, but I like that outside of just history, this covers geography, government, and economics as well. This is likely something we will do during our one-on-one time. We'll kind of read through and he can answer the questions. Or it may be something he does independently. I'll have to really kind of see once we get started how that's going to work. So that is everything I have for him, other than I talked about his literature and reading in my family subjects video, so I'll link that below. And I'm going to do a separate video where I show you what his reading list will look like for next year. So that's what I have for him for 3rd grade. If you have any questions, let me know down below.